Today's video is brought to you by patriotpost.us. They are a fantastic source of news and information, and a link for them will be in the description box. So when you head over there and subscribe, tell them that ABL sent you. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Steve Harvey apparently flipping on Donald Trump. I thought he wanted to give Trump a chance and he wanted to, show some kind of unity and didn't want to, sow discord, but apparently I was wrong. Maybe I was just mistaken. Now, shout out to Terrence Williams. Apparently, Terrence Williams' speech at the White House, which was great, he did a fantastic job. Apparently, that particular speech triggered Steve Harvey into doing an on-air, basically disavowal of Donald Trump and challenging Terrence Williams to, I'm not really sure, a debate, a conversation. I don't know. But before I go any further, let's go ahead and roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see, here, because it was on the radio, Steve Harvey talking about Terrence Williams and what Trump has done and other things. He also said something about slavery, which kind of threw me for a loop. After we get done with that, I'll talk about what we said, give you my analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I want to say one more thing here. A while back, President Trump said, when he was talking to the black community, if you vote for me, what do you have to lose? Because the do-nothing Democrats have done nothing for the black community. 2020 is around the corner, and we have a lot to lose now because President Donald J. Trump has done so much for the black community. Thank you, President Trump.
But what, though?
Okay, hold on. Young man, I'm really, I would love to talk to you because you have no problem saying these words, but your words, that you have nothing to back them up, young man. He has done so much for the black community. I love President Donald J. Trump. Why? I was waiting to hear why. Why you love him so much. And then you said he has done, because he has been fighting for us. How? And you can't give Republicans credit for freeing slaves when you look at what this Republican president is doing to bring it back.
Okay, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, I'm not really sure where to begin. First of all, Steve Harvey, what happened? You went to the White House, you're taking pictures, you're talking to people, and, I think what is going on here is not really about Terrence. Okay, Terrence, what he said on stage, in front of all of us at the Black Leadership Summit, in front of Donald Trump, Michael Pence, and everybody else, what he said was right on point. Trump is fighting for us. Trump is fighting for the entire country, not just black, not just white, not just any particular color, racial group, ethnic, financial, all Americans. What Terrence said was correct. And I hope that Steve Harvey gets Terrence on at times on the morning show, where I think his show still is. If wrong, let me know in the comments below. But hopefully Terrence gets to get on there so they can talk on there, and then Terrence can really just school him. But for now, I digress. I think what's happening with Steve Harvey is that he cannot take the pressure. Remember back, it might have been a couple years ago, 2017, I think when Trump got inaugurated, or maybe a little bit before then, when he went to Trump Tower, Ray Lewis was there, I believe Jim Brown was there, he's taking pictures, and he got a lot of backlash. Steve Harvey has a majority black audience on the radio show. Now, as far as Family Feud and stuff like that, I don't think it's majority black, but as far as his radio show, and his brand, because let's not forget, Steve Harvey built the brand on being with Kings of Comedy and stuff like that. This is black comedy, black events, black this, black that. So you have a very strong and loyal black following. The majority of them, especially like the boomer generation, the majority of them are not gonna like Trump because he's conservative. They liked him before he became conservative, but different story, I digress. They attacked him. Not only his particular audience is kind of older, but also some of the younger people. What you doing? You coon, bootlicker, Uncle Tom, this, that, and the third. Okay, the names I get called every single day by some people in the comment section that want to troll. And, it's less trolls than it was, a few years back. People are starting to kind of come around. Okay, but unfortunately for Steve Harvey, a lot of them that have started to come around may not be his particular audience, or they may not be supporting him in this particular time. So, after all the punishment, after all the backlash, maybe you just said, okay, I'm done. I'm just going to go ahead and go and attack Trump. Because I remember, I think I might have done a video about this recently. He was in front of what he thought was private crowd, saying that he got so much hatred and all this and that from supporting Donald Trump.
Oh, y'all. Y'all did your boy. It wasn't white folk, it was y'all. The sheer misery for making that decision. I've been so many coons, Uncle Tom, sellouts. I was stunned. I mean, the brutality of what happened to me on social media behind visiting that man in Trump Towers, it was alarming.
But now all of a sudden you're on the radio where it's public and you say, what has Trump done? He's not fighting. What happened? You say one thing privately and do something else publicly. I don't respect that. If you're going to be one way, not just when it suits you. Be one way all the time. That's how I carry it. I'm the same way regardless of where I am. So nobody can try to, quote unquote, expose me through Twitter or anywhere else and say, hey, ABL sent me this in the Twitter direct message or Instagram direct message. This is against what he is. I'm nothing to hide. I'm always going to be one way. I'm a consistent person. Steve Harvey, on the other hand, I'm not really so sure. But to get to one of the biggest whoppers that I heard was the audio clip of him saying that Trump is trying to bring slavery back. Really, sir? First of all, how are you going to say that Republicans can't take credit for ending slavery? It doesn't matter what you think the party is doing right now. We did end slavery. Who was the very first Republican president? I'll wait until you answer. You didn't get it yet? Abraham Lincoln. People can say, oh, he didn't really want to free the slaves. He did it to keep the Union together. That's not really relevant in my humble opinion. The fact is that he actually freed the slaves. He did that. The very first Republican president of a, quite frankly, recently formed party at that particular point in time. I think the Republican Party formed in 1854. The first president was elected and slavery was over by 1865. Okay? And all throughout history, they have been fighting for Black Americans. People like Steve Harvey don't understand that. They don't understand how Republicans have been against abortion, for gun rights, for sovereignty of the nation, low taxes. All these things are going to help all Americans, especially Black Americans. You're dealing with high rates of poverty, high crime rates, low birth rate, quiet as it's kept. You see the, quote unquote, welfare queen in the hood, a whole bunch of kids. You see that. You might have one girl, Black girl with 15 kids and no father around. But the truth is that the birth rate we need in the Western world for replacement is about 2.1. So for every person, you need to replicate yourself 2.1 times on average, okay? Black women have a birth rate of about 1.9, 1.8 or something like that. It's below replacement in America, that is. In Africa, it's a different story. But here in America, it's below replacement. Why? Abortion, that's the biggest reason right there. Over 20 million Black babies have been aborted since 1973, Roe v. Wade. In New York City, you have more Black babies that are aborted than actually born. In 2012, the margin was 6,500. So 6,500 more Black babies were actually aborted than born in one city in 1 year. Okay, but you mean to tell me that Republicans are anti-Black and they're not really fighting for Black issues and they want to bring slavery back? How are we trying to bring slavery back and we want to eliminate illegal immigration? Let's talk about that elephant in the room right there. Illegal immigration causes modern day slavery to a certain extent. It's not the same slavery that was happening back in the day, obviously. It's not that. But what it is way up under the table pay. The same people that would say fight for 15 is that, and the third will also say let all the illegal aliens stay so we could pay them below the table and pay them less than the minimum wage that we say you got to get paid as an American citizen, that we're not going to pay you. Or if we do pay you, we won't pay you a whole lot of money. People talking about, oh, you got to have at least $15 an hour to survive. Well, how many hours? What are your benefits? What are you going to be doing? Where are you going to be doing it? These are some obvious questions you got to ask. You can't just say, okay, fight for 15 and that's it. You got to be able to be like, all right, what's next? Fight for 15 and then, what is going to be the next course of action? That is my particular question that I have to those that say fight for 15. And to Steve Harvey, what do you think that the Republican Party or Trump or both are doing that is against the American people or that is against black people? How are you saying they're trying to bring back slavery? How? We're bringing jobs back. We're bringing economies back. We got more consumer confidence in the market. More money is coming into regular everyday Joe's hands. You have opportunity zones where people are actually able to go and get money in these low income areas. They're able to start businesses. There's all kind of things that are for people that are in the low income areas, black communities, other communities. There are things for us in this administration. And we have the First Step Act. Okay. You got people that have been in jail 20, 25 years on low level drug offenses getting out. Okay. So, if the penitentiary, if prison is a form of slavery according to the 13th Amendment, once you get locked up, you're a slave. But Trump is trying to free these prisoners, then how are you saying that he's trying to bring slavery back? If anything, he is trying to end slavery that's out there. So people like Steve Harvey, I feel like, are just undereducated, not uneducated. He's a rich man and a powerful man, has a lot of pull in Hollywood, but he's undereducated. He does not know of what he is speaking about. It's pretty clear that he doesn't know. If he did know, he would understand all the benefits and all the ways that we have been able to progress as a nation up under the current administration. If you've not been able to progress, I don't know what's going on. Some people just aren't able to apply themselves. Some people just have bad strokes of luck. I can't really call it what it is. But at the end of the day, as I close, I just want to say that Steve Harvey, you're dead wrong. Why would you try to attack Terrence and then talk about his age? Maybe your age, Steve Harvey, is the reason why you don't know what's really going on. Maybe you're out of touch. Not only your age, that ain't really it. The main thing is that you're out of touch. You don't really understand what's going on here. Okay. So I implore you just to tighten up, get it back together, and then we can really go forward as a people. And hopefully you have Terrence on. That's what I want to see. I want to see you and Terrence have a discussion, have a debate, whatever it is, that'll really make my day. That's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that Steve Harvey was correct when he said that Trump is trying to bring back slavery? And that's your viewpoint. Let me know why in the comments below. Or was he incorrect? Trump is not trying to bring back slavery. He's trying to bring jobs back. He's trying to bring money back. He's trying to bring wealth back. He's trying to bring health back. How do you feel about Terrence Williams? Should he go and speak to Steve Harvey? How do you think that whole thing would go? Or am I off base any kind of way? Have I missed anything? Have I said anything that is incorrect factually or that you disagree with on a personal heart level? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.